Hello, my name's Scott Perry. I'm a professional magician and this is a magic review.
It's a kind of magic.
Today we're looking at Pro Light 3 by Marc Antoine. This is fantastic. So the TLDR on Pro Light 3 is it's incredibly expensive and probably only worthwhile for full-time professional magicians who are making a ton of money. It's very expensive for what it is, but is very well made. So the TLDR is if you're an amateur or if you're a hobbyist, this is probably not for you. You can buy a perfectly good, cheaper version, but this is the D-Light or the thumb tip or however, or the thumb light, however you want to describe it. This is the best, absolute best one on the market. That's the TLDR. Let's move on to what it is. What it is the classic Delight, which is Rocco made the Delight popular, and now we have lots of different versions of these on the market, but it is essentially a thumb tip that shines really brightly. So that's what it is. It is just a light thumb tip. But as you can see, it's an incredibly bright one. So that's what it is. It's a thumb tip that lights up. What do you get? Well, there are a couple of different options. So you can buy one single thumb tip, or you can buy a pack of two. As you can see, I've purchased a pack of two. You get it in this little box. There's a QR code on the back that takes you to descriptions, and then you have a charging cable on top of your thumb tips. The charging cable is quite special. So it is, this part actually charges the thumb tips, but it is a USB, just a standard USB charger. So if you are on USB-C devices, you will need to get an adapter to be able to charge the Pro Light 3. So that's what you receive with Pro Light. Let's move on to how easy is it? Well, it's incredibly easy. You put the thumb tip on, you apply a little bit of pressure, and the light turns on. It's really intuitive. There's, unlike other thumb tips where you might press down and the light flickers and it is not consistent, and sometimes it turns on and sometimes it turns off. That issue isn't here with these Pro Lights. As long as you hold them down, they are a light. They are very bright. As soon as you let go with the pressure, that's it. So it's very easy to perform with these. The way that they are made, we'll go into this shortly, but the way they are made inside makes it incredibly easy to perform with. So yes, magic tricks don't get much easier than this. Reset time is, as you can imagine, if you've been into magic for more than 5 minutes, it's just a thumb tip. So you ditch it, you pick it up, it's in your pocket. There's not really any reset time. As I'm sure most of you watching this will know. The angles, again, if you've been into magic for more than 5 seconds, the angles are 360 degrees. There are no constraints to performing this. Obviously, you want to keep your thumbs somewhat covered, because if you just hold your thumb out like this, people will notice it. But yes, in general, the angles are very good, but for specific people. So I'll go into that in the final thoughts, but yes, there are no angle requirements. Pocket space is thumb tips, so as you can imagine, it takes up this much pocket space. So not much. You can fit it in your trouser pocket, your jean pocket, your jacket pocket. You can fit them in pretty much any pocket that you have, and there's not much more to say on that. And that brings us on to my final thoughts, and I have a few of them. As I said in the TLDR, if this is the effect that you want to perform, there is no better, brighter, more reliable device that will do this for you at the moment. However, one of these is roughly £50. £50. And then a pack of two is going to set you back somewhere around £85. So like $90 for this. Which is very expensive for thumb tips with lights. But like I said, the work that's gone into these is phenomenal. One issue that you do always have to be concerned about when you're buying magic that relies on batteries, rechargeable batteries, is that over time batteries do degrade. So this is going to have a certain lifespan to it. I don't know what batteries Marc has built these with, but they will only have a certain amount of charges that they will keep the charge. And also with some batteries, you have to charge them at least once every 3 months. Otherwise, the battery really degrades fast, which is an issue I've had with previous light up thumb tips. So that's something to be cautious of, not just with Pro Light 3, but with any electrical rechargeable magic devices. They will only last you a certain amount of time. They are not, no rechargeable device will last you forever. Unfortunately, at the moment anyway. Maybe we'll come up with crazy new batteries that work really well. A couple of other things, other than the fact that it's made incredibly well, is also the fact that one of my concerns when buying this, when spending so much money on it, is will the thumb tips fit me? Because we all have different sized hands and there is no sizing in these thumb tips. You just get what you get. And when you read the instructions, you realize how well made they are. So these thumb tips are actually somewhat adjustable. You can make them bigger or smaller to fit your thumbs. So this should fit anyone from a child up to a grown man with bare hands. It shouldn't be an issue. Unless you have, you know, extremely large hands, then maybe not. But it is going to fit the majority of normal people with you know, a normal range of hand sizes. So that was something that was really nice to see in the instructions, that they are adjustable. And also our hands get bigger when it's hotter. You know, during summer, our feet and our hands swell in comparison to winter when they shrink. So it's nice to have that ability to adjust them in performing situations where it might be very hot. Yeah, it's just a really nice touch to have. They also come in, these are white, obviously, as you've seen. They also come in blue, red, and green. I don't have those. I haven't seen the colors. I haven't seen how vibrant they are. But they do have other colors. And speaking of colors, I haven't seen any other colored thumb tips. So basically, if you are tanned or have a darker complexion, these are going to stick out like a sore thumb on your hand. I know the idea is not to show them, but trust me, if you have a darker complexion, then it's going to be so obvious. You will have to hide your thumbs all of the time. Not your thumbs, your thumb tips. You'll have to hide them constantly. I haven't seen an option to buy, you know, brown or darker skin tone thumb tips, which I don't know how much of a market there is for it, but it would be nice. If I wasn't white, I definitely wouldn't be happy receiving these, because like I say, in contrast to someone with darker skin tones, these are going to stand out very, very much. So that is a concern as well. If you have a darker skin tone, even if you're like just tanned or Mediterranean or olive skinned, these are going to stand out a lot. Fortunately, they match my skin tone, but it's a lot of money to not offer another skin tone in the thumb tips, unfortunately. That's the only real negative I have to say about it, though. Of course, it's very expensive product, but it's very, very good. The charging cable just automatically kind of magnetizes and the charges, and it's just a really well made, really well thought out product. So that's pretty much my final thoughts on Pro Light 3 by Marc Antoine. If you have any thoughts, leave them in a comment below. If you have any questions, any queries, leave them in a comment below. I'll get back to them as soon as I can. And I do hope that this has helped you decide whether to spend quite a large amount of money on some light up thumb tips. But you will not find better ones on the market. So that's the review today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you'll stick around for more, and I hope to see you in those reviews.